Brazil just got humbled by Africa, not beaten, not destroyed, but humbled. Morocco walked into MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, one of the loudest, most passionate atmospheres at this entire World Cup, and took the game to the 5-time world champions like they owned the place. 1 goal, 1 equalizer, 1 point each. But the story of this match is not the scoreline. The story is that Morocco just proved for the 2nd World Cup in a row, African football has permanently arrived at the top table of this sport. And Brazil should be very worried. Brazil arrived at World Cup 2026 as one of the tournament favorites, 5 World Cups, more than any nation on earth. The most recognizable football shirt in the history of the sport. The Seleção were expected to win this, not draw, win. Morocco, meanwhile, carried the weight of an entire continent on their shoulders. The Atlas Lions, the team that reached the semi-final of Qatar 2022 and proved that African football belongs at the highest level, arrived at this World Cup with something burning inside them, unfinished business, a point to prove, and absolutely zero fear. The venue was MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, one of the most iconic sporting venues in America, packed, electric, hostile for Brazil in a way nobody fully predicted, and from the very first whistle, Morocco made their intentions clear. Morocco started this match like a team that had spent 4 years waiting for exactly this moment. High energy, high press, taking the game directly to Brazil, dictating the tempo, creating chances, making the 5-time world champions look uncomfortable. In the 21st minute, Ismail Saibari made history, his first ever World Cup goal, struck from outside the penalty area past Alisson. Into the net, Morocco 1-0 Brazil at a World Cup, in front of the entire watching world. MetLife Stadium, which had thousands of Atlas Lions fans, creating an atmosphere that felt more like Casablanca than New Jersey, absolutely erupted. Brazil were rattled, disorganized, slow to react, looking nothing like the team that was supposed to cruise through this group. But Brazil are Brazil. And Brazil always respond. 32nd minute, a threaded ball wide found Vinicius Jr. in space on the left. 1 touch, 1 look, 1 finish. 1-0 becomes 1-1. The equalizer sent the stadium into absolute chaos. Brazil fans and Morocco fans going toe-to-toe in the stands as their teams went toe-to-toe on the pitch. 1-1 at halftime. And neither team looked satisfied with that scoreline. The second half was an end-to-end battle that this World Cup will not forget quickly. Both teams pushed for the winner. Both teams created chances. Both teams had moments where the entire stadium held its breath. Brazil, with Rafinha and Vinicius causing problems every time they touched the ball, looked dangerous on the counter. But Morocco's defensive structure, the same organized, disciplined, impossibly hard to break down defensive system that shocked the world in Qatar 2022, held firm every single time. Morocco on the other side kept threatening through Hakimi down the right flank. Fast, direct, relentless. The kind of attacking fullback play that gives any defense nightmares. But neither team could find the winning goal. Full time, 1-1. Points shared, and 2 sets of players who knew deep down that this result felt like a loss for Brazil and a victory for Morocco. Here is the honest tactical picture. Morocco were magnificent, from the first minute to the last. The Atlas Lions executed their game plan with a discipline, a courage, and a collective quality that reminded every football fan on earth why this team reached the semi-final in Qatar. The pressing was coordinated, the defensive shape was perfect, and in Saibari, a player who announced himself to the world with that 21st minute goal, Morocco showed they have match winners capable of hurting anyone at this tournament. Brazil, on the other hand, and we have to be honest here, were not good enough. Not good enough in the first half when Morocco dominated. Not creative enough in the second half when Brazil needed a winner. The system looked disjointed. The midfield had no control. And without a clinical striker, without someone in that number 9 position who can hold the ball up and bring others into play, Brazil looked like a team missing a fundamental piece of the puzzle. Vinicius was electric when he had the ball, but he cannot do everything alone. Brazil have the next group stage match to fix this, because if they do not, their World Cup 2026 campaign could end far earlier than anyone predicted. Ratings, no sentiment, just truth. Ismail Saibari, 9 out of 10, his first ever World Cup goal against Brazil at a World Cup. Remember that name, because he will score again at this tournament. Achraf Hakimi, 9 out of 10, relentless down the right all night. The most dangerous fullback at this World Cup so far. Absolute menace from first whistle to last. Vinicius Jr., 8 out of 10. The goal was world class, but Brazil needed more from him in the second half and he could not find it. Rafinha, 6 out of 10. Moments of quality but disappeared for long stretches. Not the performance Brazil needed from their captain. Morocco as a team, 9 out of 10. Came to play, executed the game plan, shocked Brazil and the watching world. The Atlas Lions are not here to make up the numbers. Here to make history again. Brazil as a team, 6 out of 10 survived, but only just. And surviving against Morocco is not what a World Cup favourite is supposed to be doing in the group stage. Here is where we land. Brazil won, Morocco won. On paper, a draw. In reality, one of the most important results of World Cup 2026 so far. Morocco just told the entire tournament what we already knew after Qatar 2022, that the Atlas Lions are not an upset waiting to happen. They are a genuine contender, a team capable of going all the way, and a team that plays with a belief into unity that most nations at this World Cup simply do not possess. Brazil, meanwhile, have serious questions to answer. The system is not working, the midfield is not controlling games, and a team with this much attacking talent should not be drawing with Morocco in the group stage, no matter how good Morocco are. Five-time world champions are in danger at their own World Cup, and Morocco are coming for everyone. Drop your answer below right now. Who finishes top of this group? Brazil or Morocco? One answer, no fence sitting, no hype, no bias, just football.